All right, so we're back here, and we've gotten some assistance with the audiovisual system. And I understand, Mr. Wolfgang, you're going to start playing a video for us. Do you want to tell us more about it before you begin?
I would like to ask if Mr. Hastings can narrate the video.
If I could get you a little closer to the microphone, too.
I would like to ask if Mr. Hastings can narrate the video, tell us what's going on and who's in the individual photos or video as we go along and what they're doing. I can try to guide with questions during that period of time, but I'd ask some latitude for him to narrate.
That's fine.
All right, Mr. Hastings, before you press the start button there, why don't you start by telling us who's in this scene?
Okay, this is my wife. This is Miss Redding, and this is Kevin Grimes. And of course, I'm operating the camera, and we're in the process of measuring the road widths. And this is on Hancock Run Road. My back is to Route 6, down at the Grayton end of Route 6. And we're going to take a total of 2 measurements here. And then there's some video showing how narrow the road is with actual cars driving on it.
Okay, so before you start, I'm going to refer the board back to our exhibit number 1. Are there indications of the 2 places where you took actual tape measurements of the road widths? Do they show on the map shown on Exhibit 1?
Yes, the 2 road widths down toward the bottom of the picture with the blue cars on them, those are the measurements we're going to see actually taken on the video.
And is this particular one right now the one that indicates road width number 1?
Yes.
Okay. So I think you can go ahead and activate the video then.
Okay.
There is no sound, so can you tell the board where that picture was taken?
Yes. I was told in the past not to put sound on video that I was going to use for evidence, so that's why it's like this. This is a picture of my truck and Mr. Grimes' truck sitting side by side on the road, and this you asked about the date is 11/19/2016, and so we started from here with a picture of the 2 vehicles sitting side by side. Then we took some measurements, and then we did a driving tour with me standing in the back of my pickup truck taking video as we went.
So would this be then Hancock Run Road near Maryland Route 6?
Yes, that's Maryland Route 6 in the back.
Okay, go ahead.
And now we're in motion again, and we had a spotter to make sure we didn't get run over with cars. But so this measurement number 1, I didn't stop it in time, but it's 11 foot 7 inches, and there was a GPS coordinates along with it. And then I home in here, and in determining where the pavement ended, we just stopped with the place where the glue wasn't holding the right gravels together anymore, and that seemed to be pretty accurate. Over here is still stuck. This is more like rubble from the rest of the road. So then measurement number 2, which was 13.6, it was a little bit a mile farther on, and the GPS coordinates there are as accurate as my smartphone would give them to me. And so we took that measurement and using the same technique and with a spotter to keep cars from running over us. And it's pretty accurate. It's sort of a judgment call about whether, where the edge of the road was, but that seemed like the best, honest place. While we were there, there was car traffic, and we were concerned about that because, of course, there are no shoulders, and it's hard for cars to pass each other without hitting people. So. And the cars that you see in the background here are on Route 6. The ones that are passing perpendicular to the road, they're on Route 6. Then we started off, we're headed toward Adams Willett on Route 6, or on Hancock Run Road. And this is Mr. Grimes' pickup truck, and I'm just following him along. And I probably could have cut more of this out, but if I cut things out, then people start to say, well, gee, why didn't you leave it all in? It would have been 30 or 40 minutes by the time we made this trip at this speed, because you can't go very fast, and I didn't want to go very fast taking videos from the back of my truck. So we go through a variety of land here, and you'll see periodically there are mailboxes and driveways, and so other people live on this road. Kind of neat in a way. It's got a canopy, and it's a scenic road. But you can tell there's no opportunity for people to pass, and there's very little here that you can actually call a shoulder. In dry weather, some of this land here, if you don't hit a tree, would probably serve as a shoulder. And we found places where we did pull off. We almost got stuck in one place. There's land for sale. That's promising. And somebody came up behind us. There wasn't much we could do about that. We had to wait. We knew there was a place coming where we could let them go by, but they couldn't pass until we got off the road.
Can I ask a question?
Wait till he's done with the video if you can. You mentioned this part.
I just want to know how many miles.
Go ahead. Okay.
Approximately how many miles is this that you're riding?
Say again?
How many miles is this road that you're going down right now?
I'm not sure what the length of Hancock Run Road is. It's got to be 1.5 miles or so. I'm guessing, but I didn't actually measure that. I took some measurements. I took a measurement from the project to Ironside Road. And I took it in both directions, one using Adams Willett and going out to Liverpool Point and going that way, and the other one going back to Route 6 in reverse of what I'm doing here. And there was about 0.4 of a mile longer in order to go the Adams Willett Road route the whole way.
So it was shorter to use Hancock Run Road?
Yes, certainly shorter to get to Route 6, and it was still short to get to Ironsides. We found a place here to pull off and let that car go by. And you notice that hill is especially interesting because there's really nowhere to go when you get up there. You couldn't pass. There's nowhere to pull off. There's nowhere to pass. There's nothing but trees in your way for that whole section there. This is a culvert on Hancock Run, and you see that the roadway here goes right down along the culvert pipes. Of course, there's no guardrails or anything. There's no white lines on the road or anything to guide you. And there were always cars using it. Fortunately, we were off the road when they came. We didn't have to make any invasive measures. This one was moving right along. There's no limit posted on Hancock Run Road, but I'm sure he was above whatever it should have been. This is the U.S. Postal Service. Apparently does this all the time because he immediately went off on the side of the road. There was a place there where he felt safe that he could get off, and we just went on our way, and nothing much else you could do. We could have got off, but somebody had to get off the road. There's another driveway coming in from the left. I'll try to make this more interesting next time. Maybe some music would be nice, and maybe some banjo music would fit in. This sign here implies that there's a turn in the road, but there really isn't. We're coming to the end of Hancock Run Road, and it sort of blends right into Adams Willett, even though it looks like a right-hand turn. There's no signage to tell you that, and the only signal that something's going to happen is that sign that makes it look like there was going to be a hairpin right-hand turn, but that's not really what happens here. We have a gradual turn, then we hit the end of Hancock Run, and we get to the intersection with Adams Willett, which is what we're approaching now. It's interesting that this intersection was never studied for level of service or capacity or anything else. The sign shows it to be Adams Willett, and once we get on Adams Willett, you see that there is a posted speed limit. The road's a little bit wider on Adams Willett, and the posted speed limit is 25 miles per hour. We didn't take much footage on Adams Willett, but the shoulders we thought were interesting. This one has a fairly steep drop. You see that Mr. Grimes has stepped off just to show what that looks like from the height of the road. From the road surface. This is what it looks like from the outlet of the culvert, and he's walking along the precipice, and he turns around and comes back, and he shows you that by just moving 1 foot a little bit, he's off the road and into no man's land. Fortunately, he was walking, and that wasn't a problem. Liverpool Point Road also is a little bit short on the pavement width. We didn't measure the entire road. We measured it near where Adams Willett hits, and it was only 20 feet 7 inches between the white lines. 18.4 between the white lines and 20 feet 7 for pavement, which brings it below the standard I think we were all hoping for some of these roads.
What location is this now?
This is Mr. Grimes' truck is coming out of Adams Willett, entering Liverpool. If he turns right, he goes back to Route 6.
Okay. And what are you trying to depict at this?
Showing that there's a sight distance problem at this intersection, and that gets we show this a little bit better as we go on. And he's paused. Of course, he needs to get partly out in the road. And then I gave over my camera for Ms. Redding to take a picture from inside the truck and what it looks like. And so there's definitely a sight distance problem in addition to the road not being up to standard widths. And that was Liverpool Point Road that we were looking at. Okay.
Did you make any measurements of the width of Adams Willett Road?
Yes, we did. We started out to document that, and then I saw the testimony of Mr. John Mudd, where he said that they'd already done that, and it ranged from 16 feet to 18 feet. We took 2 measurements in the vicinity of the property, and we got 18 feet. But since someone had already done it and had documented that it was substandard and that it was 16 feet in some places, we didn't see any point in taking up video space for that.
And the measurements that you took when you indicate 18 feet, you're referring to the absolute edge of the road where, as you indicated, the asphalt is no longer sticking together?
Right, except for Liverpool Point Road. And Liverpool Point Road had white lines, and so I had already looked at that table and the zoning ordinance. It said there was a different measurement between the white lines where there were white lines than there was from pavement to pavement. And so other than that, all the rest of them were done the same way.
Okay. Now, I'm going to refer to our exhibits 8A through 8D, which were videos of the Planning Commission meetings.
Yes.
Were you responsible for, I don't know how to say this, you took those off of the